Hello and welcome to Bergen Stages Television, our entertainment magazine here at Bergen Community College, where we focus on entertainment in and around our campus. Today we're going to be focusing on a production getting ready to open at the Saccone Theater called The Threepenny Opera. And I have two special guests with me who are starring in the show. We have Philip Hackett and Amanda Saccone. Welcome, guys.
Hey, Jim.
Thank you.
We'll talk a little bit about the show in just a bit, but I do want our audience to get to know you a little bit more. Both of you have done other shows here on campus. And before we talk about those, tell us, how did we get you? Where did you come from? Amanda, where did you go to high school? Where
I went to high
did you get all that talent?
At Clifton High.
Oh,
Clifton High School. I'm from Clifton, New Jersey. I've been always doing theater. I'm always singing and dancing and having a great time, even if it's just by myself. My first production at Clifton High was Rent, and I was Mark's mother, which is fun because I never got to play an older person before. So I explored that, and I explored like the background of theater and all that. And then junior year, I was in Wizard of Oz, and I was Glinda.
Oh, cool.
So that was fun. I didn't get to fly in a bubble, but that was another great role that I really liked. And then my senior year is when I finally got a lead role as Nellie in South Pacific, which was so fun. It's
a magical show, isn't it?
Yes, and you learned so much from that show.
So you mean as a sophomore in high school you did Rent?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a tough show for anybody to do, but the thought as a sophomore playing a mother in that show and dealing with such important issues, so that's incredible. Wow, at Clifton High School. Great. And Philip, where did we get you?
I come from Lakeland Regional High School, which is up in Wanacue. I live in Ringwood, though. And I did a lot of theater when I was in high school. I did Once Upon a Mattress my freshman year. I played Prince Dauntless, so that was fun. And sophomore year, we did How to Succeed in Business without really trying. I played Pierpont Finch, one of my favorite roles.
You're doing great roles here, good.
Yeah, I was very, very lucky in high school. And we did Footloose junior year, which was pretty crazy. I'm not a very good dancer, so that was pretty crazy. I did Red McCormick in that one. And then senior year, we did Oklahoma, so that was a lot of fun. And I played Curly.
Great roles. And I know you come from a theatrical background.
I do. My mother, Jill Hackett, is the head of theater and English over at Hawthorne High School, so some people might know her. So I get a lot of that from her.
Good. Great talent and skills there, too. So good. So you guys have had a great but you sang when you were young, obviously. Rent was your first book show, but I assume in elementary and middle school and all that, you still performed as well.
Yeah, so. I was in choir, the Magicals, all of it.
And both of you have such tremendous voices. I mean, just to hear you sing is just, you come to an audition. And I have to say, as a disclaimer in this, I'm not only producing this musical, but I'm also directing the musical, so I'm going to be very biased here today.
And you're doing a fantastic job.
Talking about our show. But I remember at auditions, you guys have done several shows here already, and last year together in 1940s Radio Hour that you both were playing in, which was my first opportunity to work with both of you as actors. And that was your first show here?
Yes, and the only other one that I've done here. I auditioned for one other one, but Threepenny is the second one that I've been
Great.
to.
So 1940s and then this one. And Amanda, we started with Spelling Bee?
Yes.
Okay, good. So you're in 25th Annual Putnam Spelling Bee. You did Young Playwrights Festival. I know, weren't you involved in
I
those
did that
as well?
Also.
And then 1940s and this. So this is your fourth, if I call Young Playwrights.
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. And I know that you're both, actually we've lost you because you finished here at Bergen at this point. You have our new musical theater certificate, is that correct? What's that all about? Can you, just in case anybody's watching that might want to get a certificate in musical theater, what does that entail here?
History to theater. You have to take like makeup and other classes that will get you ready for what's to come after college, basically.
And you took some music courses. I mean, you took voice classes.
Yes, I took choir.
Choir you had to take. Ear training? Do you do
ear training?
Ear training.
That was a tough one, but.
It is a tough one. And that's like almost sight singing to be able to find the pitch and all that kind of stuff.
But I have to admit, like after that class, I can like sight read now, and like when I sing stuff that I just look at, I'm just like happy.
And that happens in auditions. They suddenly will throw a new sheet of music saying, well, sing this from the show, and you've never seen it, so you have to have that ability to find your note within that page and how the notes are, quarter notes happen, all that kind of stuff. So cool. And you are a theater major.
Well, here at Bergen, I'm just general education, liberal arts.
Yeah, I'm making you a theater major before this is all done.
Yeah, when I transfer, eventually when I transfer, I'm actually going into education, and I'm going to focus on history as my content section of my education.
History, not theater history, but history.
History.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
And later, I'd like to get a degree in theater because I would like to teach theater at some point. So theater will always be a part of my life, but I'm focusing on history education.
And you want to teach in what level?
High school.
Oh, high school, great.
High school, definitely.
Awesome. Well, great. Or maybe we'll get you to come to college. And so where are you thinking about going after you finish?
I'm not sure yet. Don't ask me that question. I'm not sure yet.
Well, we've got you for a little while longer, right?
You have me for one more semester. I'm coming back in the fall.
Oh, okay, good. So we got you for the fall. But, good. But we'll talk. You and I will talk later in the office to figure out where the best place to go for history, history and education kind of combined to do that. Awesome. And you're out there doing this audition thing.
Yes.
How's it going?
It's interesting. It's just starting out.
And what does that mean? Because we have a lot of people that might watch this show and go, what does an actress do? She's got her musical theater certificate, so she's left the college life for a while. I'm sure you're still taking voice lessons or practicing your voice and those kind of things on the way there.
Yeah, I'm always singing.
So what do you do to prepare to get out there in this real world, this scary theater world?
I talk to myself. I'm very determined, and I want to be able to interact with people and make them feel something. Like if I connect with an audience member, then I feel like I did my job. And I just want to make people be inspired. Like, don't give up. Like,
cool.
Because it's hard. It's hard to get into this kind of industry.
Yeah.
But
and you're your own support system. To
yeah.
Get up, get to
I mean, you
audition.
have family and friends, but when you're there alone, it's just you need to really get into your space and do it.
But you've done some cool things. You've also, you've got your headshot and resume and all that. But it's changed so much in this world that so much is done online now. And you have I saw it, so I just want to explain. I went online and suddenly saw Amanda Ziccone's page. What did you do? It was like an IMBD or a BroadwayWorld.com.
Oh, for Backstage?
Yeah.
Well, I signed up for Backstage, and there's a lot of fun things that you can do. It's not only just for acting. Like there's TV, and I did an MTV commercial, which I was just background for. But it's a really good experience because you have all the things that you need. It's very professional.
But you also have all your information online.
Yes.
Where is that?
It's on Backstage.
It's Backstage.com. You put all your picture and the shows you've been in. And why do you do that? Why does an actor do that now? That's all new. Believe it or not, this is something that the 21st century has suddenly created for us to be able to do. So why do you do that?
So when you do apply for a role that you're interested in, the director and producer can look at your profile and they see your resume, they see your headshots, like video reels, anything that you have to offer them.
So anything they want, which is just, so you don't have to mail it, you're not saving the postage, you don't know what they don't want because it's all there and they can choose whatever they might want in there. That's awesome, that's awesome, cool. So let's just kind of get into talking about what goes on here at the college. So you audition, what does an audition process here at our college mean? What do you have to do for shows?
Well, when you come in, you have to sign up, say that you're auditioning, and then they usually will give you materials to look at beforehand. Like for this show, we had to sing the song "Mac the Knife," very popular song, and so they gave us the sheet music beforehand, which you could pick up to practice and stuff. And for the audition, we had to sing the song in front of the directorial staff and everyone. And a couple people read lines this year. We actually got to read lines, so that was kind of cool. We did some lines together. And
it's not a daunting process.
It's not.
I mean, because what's different than what you go out in a real world audition? What do you have to do when you get to a play audition or a musical?
It's very different.
What do you have
to
do?
They don't smile at you. They don't make you feel
cruel.
welcome.
And all they want to do is hire you. They're looking to hire you. You think they would be a little nicer.
It's so intimidating. And you can leave having a great feeling like, yes, I did so great, and then they'll just be like, all right, thanks. You're like, okay. It's nerve-wracking.
But you also have to come in with music prepared, like 16 bars of something. Or a monologue. Have you had to do a monologue? A lot of musical theater people don't make you do monologues.
Yeah, I haven't done a monologue yet, but I have one prepared.
So you're ready to do it in your back pocket. These
Yeah,
are the
just in
tools, and
case.
these are the tools that actors need to have out there. So yeah, so when you're out in the real world audition, they're a little more daunting, and so we hopefully make it a little bit more relaxing.
I love auditioning at Bergen because it's very relaxed, but also very professional too. You know, and everyone who you audition with is always so helpful. You know, if we need to go over a song before we actually sing it, you know, whoever's playing piano that day is more than willing to help you with it. So I've always found it to be a really good experience.
And I think that's the other thing I was talking about. The people from the outside was like, we want to cast you.
Yeah.
We want you to be the perfect person. So we want to do everything we can to make that happen. And the fact that they might just make you feel uncomfortable and intimidate you and psych you out. It's like, what's the purpose of that? I don't get what's going on here. So good. So here we are at Bergen, and we are now getting ready for the Threepenny Opera. And you guys both auditioned, and you were fabulous in it, as I do say so myself.
Thank you.
And you're playing two wonderful roles there. Now just to talk a little bit about the show itself, the Threepenny Opera was written by Mark Blickstein, which Mark is a very famous writer. The Cradle Will Rock is one of his more famous pieces that he did in the 30s, but he worked on this translation from the German to the English. How do you feel about this translation? Have you thought about it? I know you've heard other recordings of the songs. Is it hard to say these words?
It was funny at first because I'm not used to sounding like that. But once you walk around and you just speak like the Cockney language and everything, it's really fun. Like I kind of wish I had that accent now.
Not the Cockney.
Well, I mean,
not too much. People don't understand you when you stick like that. But yeah, it's set. Well, let's get just kind of the nitty-gritty about the show itself. It is set in Victoria's coronation, so 1837 in England. So of course everybody's British. What kind of characters do we see in the show, Philip? What are these characters?
Well, we have beggars and thieves, and we have whores, and all kinds of different colorful characters like that.
A couple of cops.
A couple of cops here and there. I personally play a character called Mac the Knife, McKeith, and he's the scourge of London and the most famous criminal that they know, and he's pretty ruthless, but also a little bit fun too. He's has kind of a charming charisma to him that kind of makes a very interesting character.
Truly ladies' man.
He's a ladies' man, yes. He doesn't always treat them like he should, but he definitely does do that too.
But he's that suave debonair, even for the underworld part that he's playing there. And Polly Peachum. Tell us a little bit about Polly.
she is a beggar's daughter who is blinded by love. She falls in love with McKeith, and she doesn't realize how awful he is until her parents try to show her a different side of him, but she starts to get it during the first act, but she just doesn't want to hear it, so she shuts it out.
But your parents aren't just beggars.
They're like the head beggars.
The head beggars, yeah. I mean, that strange thought that they have. But these are the guys that they make all the beggars in charge of what they do in the city there. So it's kind of an interesting, not just a beggar's daughter, but this, a wealthy beggar's daughter and all this kind of stuff. So these are such charming characters to be playing in a musical theater, completely different than what you did in 1940s Radio Hour. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get talking about our whole rehearsal process and where we are before we open on April 11th. So come right back. We'll come back to talk to Philip and Amanda a little bit more about the Threepenny Opera.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education. So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour to show them that higher education means a brighter future.
My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it. You can be a reader, tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
Hi, and welcome back to Bergen Stages Television, where we are interviewing two wonderful actors, Philip Hackett and Amanda Zaccone, from our production of the Threepenny Opera, which is opening on April 11th. We had just been talking about some of the nitty-gritties of these characters that they're playing. Philip plays Mac Heath, or Mac the Knife, and Amanda plays Little Miss Polly Peachum. And so just a little bit more of the plot. We don't want to give away any of the ending part of this, but I think we can give away a little bit more of the storyline there. So Philip, what have you done that has made her parents so upset?
Well, I have stolen her away, and I am marrying her in the first scene that we're introduced, and I'm marrying you. So your parents don't really like that because I'm this criminal, and they're not approving of that. So
that's not what they had in mind for their little
exactly
daughter.
for their little flower.
We just steal those dresses for you to marry anybody.
Yeah, so I kind of manipulate you into that kind of relationship. So not a very good way to start off with the in-laws. So.
And so the wedding happens to take place in a stable. You found this empty stable, and you bring her there to get married and to consummate the marriage later. And who's with you in the stable? Who do we have at your wedding party?
We have Mac's gang.
All men.
The gang.
It's a manly gang there. Yeah. So we've got Mac's gang, Jake and Bob, and incredible funny characters there. And then the minister arrives, and then Tiger Brown arrives. And who's Tiger Brown?
Tiger Brown is my best friend from the war days, back when we fought in India together, and he's the commissioner of police, which becomes a really important part of the story because I have this friend who's the commissioner of police, and I'm a criminal, and he actually kind of covers up a lot of the things that I do.
This whole corruption within the police service, the fact that he does cover up and helps you, turns a blind eye to things that you've done, and that you become best friends, and even happens to come and congratulate the bride and the wedding there is. That's just an interesting part of this play, that it just kind of says that, and you just don't think about it. You're going, oh my God, that's a corrupt policeman in this sort of thing. And then Polly goes home to tell Mom and Dad, yeah, she's got married, and what do they want you to do?
They want me to get a divorce.
A divorce! And do you do it?
No.
No. But as we know, they threatened to do what to Mac?
To have him hanged.
So their plan is, let's find all these charges on him and get him hanged. But they need to do it by when?
The Queen's coronation.
The Queen's coronation. Now, again, more of the plot of this story is that your parents are so upset that you threaten the police, saying, if you don't hang this guy, we're going to get all the beggars, and we're going to have a huge demonstration at Victoria's coronation, and that's not going to look good on you guys. So there's this horrible threat to the police saying, oh my God, we do have to hang him. And we have to hang him by 6 a.m. so that everybody can get the coronation by 7 a.m. So it's
which creates some really interesting conflict for my best friend, Tiger Brown, who is the commissioner of police, because now he's got to go hang me. He's being, he's being forced into
his best
doing
friend,
it.
yeah.
So it creates a really interesting dynamic about halfway through the play.
So it's incredible. There is a story in this plot, but sometimes it gets intertwined with so much interesting music. And of course, knowing this play, it was written by Bertolt Brecht, based on the Beggar's Opera that had been written 100 years earlier. Bertolt Brecht and Kurt Weill wrote the music to it. Can you talk about the music a little bit? Because we're going to hear Amanda sing a song from the show, but tell us a little bit about the music compared to any other musical you've ever done.
It's very bizarre.
Bizarre.
It's not a typical song where you have a verse and then chorus, and the chorus just repeats. It's straight verses most of the time, and it's tricky. But the first time you hear it, you're going to be like, oh, what was that? But I think by now we realize, like, this actually does sound pretty cool.
It does.
Like, now that we're singing it.
But
like,
when you first listen to the soundtrack, going, what?
Yeah, like, how am I going to sing that?
And I think you had said it before, the music never goes where you think it's going to go next.
Yeah.
You sing a lot in this, so tell us a little bit about that.
I do. I think the hardest part about the music, and you've said this a lot, is the words. The words in it really trip you up. And part of it is that some of the songs are very driving in the tempo and just the whole kind of the way the music is structured. So you're just spitting out these words, and they're just coming out. And if you mess up one of the words, the whole song gets thrown off, and it's really difficult to sing sometimes.
Compared to other musicals, where
yeah, exactly.
You could just kind of,
it's not Oklahoma where you're singing like these pretty verses.
Right. And then we're going to repeat it again, and we can get you just can't.
Yeah.
And it keeps telling the story, and the story just keeps. And
yeah.
it is.
And that's important too.
Yeah, the story is
really
within
does
these
come,
lyrics.
yeah.
Which, so driving too, you do have this kind of almost like the music is controlling you, and you have to go, wait, I'm the actor, I have to be in charge of this, I need to do it. But you've got a couple of songs where it just kind of, well, even Pirate Jenny, just kind of, we're on, clung, we're on for a ride now. But why is this, and I think our audience might ask this question as well, is why is it called an opera? They're going, oh my God, I don't want to go to an opera, but it's called the Threepenny Opera. Why do you?
Yeah, it's not really an opera, and I think it kind of makes fun of opera, and it makes fun of a lot of different things in the society.
The style of opera.
The style of opera, yeah. And I think that the end is the part where we really make fun of opera. I won't give anything away, but we kind of do some things that are in the style of opera, but it's blown out of proportion and almost melodramatic in a way at times. So it's funny to watch, and it's interesting. And also it's all about beggars, and I think your concept for the show is really interesting. I won't give too much away, but this whole concept of beggars just coming into this opera house and putting on a show, I think it's a really interesting concept for the show.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, and I think the opera and the fact that there's a lot of music in it.
That too.
But the songs are like 60 to 90 seconds long, some of them. So it's like suddenly, you've got 2 or 3 that are like, maybe if they're a minute and a half long, I'd be surprised. Yeah. But it's constant. There's constant music through this. So it's filled with a lot of music, but and maybe that's where they get the opera sense of it as well, is that there's a lot of songs happening there, almost like a Gilbert and Sullivan light opera. It's got more of that light opera feel to it there as well. And what did you find challenging about like Pirate Jenny? Because you've got that and you've got Jealousy Duet, other than just the lyrics or the songs themselves?
The lyrics was the first thing, because instead of window, I have to say winda.
Yeah.
So I had to get used to that. It was a little tricky. But other than that, it was the tempo too, because it's constant, and you have to really creep people out with that song.
And you creep them out, yeah.
But the story is actually really cool. I enjoy the story of it.
Great. And unlike other musicals, like in Oklahoma, we don't have the chorus sitting on the hay wagon backing you up either. Actually, we don't see the chorus much in the show. I mean, they come on playing different characters, but there's not a lot of big group numbers. Yeah. There's, I think, 3 in the entire show, and that's taking liberties with one of them, saying, well, that's kind of, they're singing it, but we don't even see them because they're singing off stage with it. Yeah, so thank you for the compliment about the concept. We're setting it in this British music hall that these thieves and beggars just happen to take over and do their show on the stage there, which is kind of fun. Anything else about costumes and stuff? You've been working with Marie Natali on your costumes. Yours are some specific things.
Yeah, she's always fantastic. And I mean, I think the attention to detail, I wear some very specific things that they say in the script. I have yellow gloves and I have a cane with an ivory handle and all these different things. And she's really fantastic at really capturing, I think, who the character is. When I put the costume on, I feel like Mac the Knife. It gets you right into it, and she really does a fantastic job. And she's so nice. If anything doesn't fit, she will fix it for you. She will do whatever you need, and she's always available.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And you're in a wedding dress for a good percent of this play.
Yes.
Yeah. And it fits like a glove.
Yes.
It's just an awesome looking wedding dress.
I'm happy with it.
So Marie's just such a charm to work with on our costumes. So we've got Michael Lapointe doing this incredible set. We've got Patrick Ryan doing sound work, which is the first time we've used, everybody in the show is mic'd, just because we want all these songs so alive and almost feel that cavernous feeling of this opera house as well. John Ehrenberg's doing some incredible prop designs, which is different, the horse coming in and things like that we've added into the show. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but so that's our good production team putting all this together. So where are we in the rehearsal process? What are you doing now?
Well, we're coming right up on Tech Week, so this is kind of like our home stretch, and we need to do some really important technical rehearsals.
That's what's right, Jared Saltzman. So we start with the lights, putting the lights in, which are so specific in this. So we'll get Jared doing that. We pile all this together now. We take the actors, we take all the technical elements, jumble them together, and I think we're in a great place to make that happen. So I'm excited. So we've got a week of putting all this tech together. I'm excited that we've got Amanda to sing Pirate Jenny, one of Bertolt Brecht's and Kurt Weill's wonderful song. So we're going to take a short break to let you come back, sing Pirate Jenny for us. Anything you want to give us? This is at your wedding. Matt Keith says, who's going to sing?
Yeah, I'm a little bit bored because my wedding, I guess, is boring to me. And I want some more entertainment. So I say, can anyone sing a song? And none of the guys can sing.
No one will do it. And you get up and say, well, I just happen to know this little ditty. So this little ditty is awesome. And I thank you for singing it. So we're going to take a short break right now. And we're going to come back and we're going to have Amanda Zaccone singing Pirate Jenny from the Threepenny Opera.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
You wouldn't let money just blow out of your house. So when your AC or heater is on, make sure the doors, windows, and fireplace flue are shut tight. If you're headed out, turn down the AC. Or lower the heat by 10 degrees. And always keep your water heater set at 120. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. Get more great tips at energysaver.gov.
Welcome back to Bergen Stages Television. Today at the end of the show we have a very special treat. We have Amanda Zaccone playing Polly Peachum in our production of Threepenny Opera singing Pirate Jenny. Take it away, Amanda.
You gentlemen can watch while I'm scrubbing the floors, and I'm scrubbing the floors while you're cooking. And maybe once you tip me, it makes you feel swell in a ratty water front, in a ratty hotel. And you'll never guess to who you're talking. No, you'll never guess to who you're talking. Then that night there's a scream in the night, and you yell, what the hell could that have been? And you see me kinda grinning while I'm scrubbing, and you say, what the hell she got to grin? And the ship, the black freighter, with the skull on its masthead, will be coming in. Then you gentlemen can say, hey girl, finish the floors, get upstairs, make the beds, earn your keep here. You toss me your tips and look out at the ships, but I'm counting your heads while I make up the beds, 'cause tonight none of you will sleep here. Tonight none of you will sleep here. Then that night there's a bang in the night, and you yell, who's that kicking up a row? And you see me kinda staring out the window, and you say, what you got to stare at now? And the ship, the black freighter, turns around in the harbor, shooting guns from the bow. And you gentlemen can wipe off the laugh from your face. Every building in town is a flat one. Your whole stinking place will be down to the ground. Only this cheap hotel standing up safe and sound. And you yell, why the hell spare that one? You yell, why the hell spare that one? All the night through with the noise and to do, you wonder who's the person who's up there. Then you see me stepping out into the morning, looking nice with a ribbon in my hair. And the ship, the black freighter, with the skull on its mast, and a cheer rings the air. By noontime the dock is all swarming with men coming off of that ghostly freighter. They're moving in the shadows where no one can see, and they're chaining up people and bringing them to me, asking me, kill them now or later. Asking me, kill them now or later. Noon by the clock, and so still on the dock, you can hear a foghorn miles away. In that quiet of death, I'll say, right and they pile up the bodies, and I'll say, that'll learn you. And the ship, the black freighter, disappears out to sea, and on it is me.
Amanda Zaccone doing as Polly Peachum singing Pirate Jenny, Philip Hackett playing Mac Keith or Mac the Knife in our production of the Threepenny Opera. Music directed by Jess Abrams. So we're hearing some of that great stuff today. So thank you so much for singing, Amanda. Thank you. Please catch our show April 11th, the Threepenny Opera, Zaccone Theater.